Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. This is Ample China Konghou, a beautiful Chinese harp with metal strings, and the eighth in Ample Sound's line of Chinese virtual instruments. Ample China Konghou, or ACKH, is 6 gigabytes in size, requires an iLok account, works on Windows and Mac OS, and as a plugin within all major DAWs, and as a standalone plugin within Ample Sound's proprietary software, Rectangles. It features 5 microphones, glissando mode, 3 tunings, a major update to Riffer, and their new 4.0 sampling engine. I can't wait to share this with you. But first, let's listen to the articulations. As with their other libraries, the articulations and key switches are found on the left side. Beginning on C0, we have sustain. When you play at a high velocity, you get this interesting vibrato. Sounds very exotic. Then we have natural harmonics. Then we have tremolo. And tremolo is also layered, so the higher velocity is going to trigger an expressive tremolo that varies in dynamic, and lower velocity is going to trigger a straight tremolo. So here's low velocity. And then here is the expressive tremolo. However, you can control the expression of the tremolo via CC1 or the expression pedal, or if you have a complete keyboard like I do, there is a ribbon here that controls that. I should say that this articulation is monophonic. Then we have short tremolo on D sharp 0. And the next two keys are upward arpeggio and downward arpeggio, which divides the octaves into different chords, starting with a suspended 2 chord, followed by a 9 chord, major 7, minor 7, and then a minor 9 chord. Let me show you. And then downward. And then finally we have pre-vibrato. I believe the technique involves picking a string and then pressing the corresponding string. Produces this really cool bend. On the right side, we have our effects, beginning with single upward glissando, then downward, then multiple upward glissando, then downward, then we have up and down glissando. Then down and up glissando. Free glissando. And then we have mute. So this is going to mute the notes that are playing. And then we have our strikes. Next, this comes with 5 mics, left, right, mid, and a stereo ambient, which you can solo, mute, and EQ individually. You also have different configurations here, so AB1, AB2, And I'll play a little bit of those. Just sort of brings out a different image and different tonal characteristics, but it's very subtle. The next feature is called glissando mode, and this was a technology that was created in one of their other Chinese libraries. It's really cool. So you could essentially create a glissando effect at different speeds. The speed of the glissando is going to be determined by how quickly you played the second note after the first. To give an example, from C to C, if I take my time getting to the next C, it's going to go slowly. And this can cover the full range of the instrument. Now, if you look here in the key center, you can choose any key in the chromatic scale, but you also have 3 tunings. So you have pentatonic, and you can go up or down. Or you can choose heptatonic, which is really diatonic, so it's 7 notes, a major scale. Let's change the key. And then we have Persian. In my opinion, this is a very beautiful sounding instrument. It sounds similar to a harp, but a little clearer, obviously more metallic because it uses metal strings. So it has a brighter sound. It's very crystalline. All right, so the next thing is going to be Riffer. Riffer has received a major update in both its appearance and its functionality. Look at it, it's so beautiful. Its layout options will depend on the type of instrument being used. In the case of ACKH, the layout will look like your standard piano roll, but will include most of the same functions you may already be familiar with if you've used Riffer in the past. On the left, we have our piano keys, and to the right is our piano roll, which contains the programmed MIDI notes. Near the bottom is a new overview window that lets you see the visibility range of your riff. You can quickly scroll through the riff by dragging the range window, or you can quickly and easily adjust the zoom level by dragging the edge of the window like so. On the right, you can zoom back to its default view range. At the top right corner, you have the option to change the color theme of the piano roll from dark to light, whichever works best for you. To the right of that is the Enlarge Riffer Panel Size button. This does exactly what it says, increasing the workspace for your riff. The number of measures has been dramatically increased from 64 to 256. However, one of the biggest updates to Riffer's functionality is the addition of finer note position control. In the previous Riffer, note placement was restricted to whatever grid you had your riff set to. Now, when you click on a note, you can see the timestamp in the upper left corner. The first value indicates the measure, then the beat, subbeat, and then the tick, which ranges from 0 to 119. Now you can set your start point in fine increments or in quantized increments. You can lengthen the note however you want or shorten it however you want. Because you have this control, now you run the risk of overlapping notes. For example, this E4 and this E4, I might make it too long and it's going to overlap the note. Now you can select all the notes and click Delete Overlap or Option L, and it's going to restrict it. Another option now is velocity rounding, note on rounding, note off rounding. This is going to basically quantize the start and then the end time of a note. And this is going to set the velocity to the nearest value divisible by 5. For example, if it's 28, it's going to set it to 30. If it's 56, it's going to set it to 55. You can also resize the window by dragging the bottom corner. All right, let's listen to this riff because you're going to see a cool visual effect once I start playing the notes. So cool and so beautiful. Let's listen to one more. As with their previous Riffer, you can drag the MIDI onto your track and it's going to play back exactly the way it did here. I am so excited for the future of Ample Sound, friends. This is a major update and it's really well executed. One thing I would like to see in the future is to be able to change the meter here to reflect whatever's going on in your DAW. I know that's going to be a big technical challenge, but that would be really great. But Ample Sound has solved so many issues that were present with the previous Riffer, especially not being able to begin a note before the grid line. There were some time-related issues, but those have been solved with the new Riffer update. And I know it's going to get better. Well, friends, if you like this review and demo, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to stay up to date with my latest videos. Leave a comment below telling me what you think about this. And also, please visit hifimidi.com to check out my MIDI programming courses. Thanks for watching.